Good evening, YouTube, my soul tribe, the ether, and the cosmos, and no, they are not the same. This is your girl, Mighty Mother, tuning in for Sound Off Sunday, week 6. Um, I thank those of you who have joined me or, commented, looked at my videos, shared my content, subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it all. And those who did not, I appreciate you just the same. So it's Sound Off Sunday, and as we move into a new week, I just kind of thought about, I don't know, I was kind of stuck on what I would talk about tonight. I was kind of like a blank slate. And after I got my grand queens down, um, uh, change came to mind. Change, how we struggle with change. And we're always talking about transformation and transitioning. But is that really a true reflection of change? Um, I don't know. So I'm just thinking, and I'm thinking about all that goes into the process of changing, how it is a series of events, of layered processes that one must experience in order to get different results or to be different at the end of the process. And for some of us, we seek change. We seek the ability to move differently, have new experiences, learn new things, do new things, meet new people, grow in our capacity. We seek change. I laugh with some of my family members because I'm like, every time I turn around, you switching up your room and or a room in your house, and or you're moving or planning to relocate. And at first, my closed mind many moons ago used to believe that it was because people were not settled. But I beg to differ now, just kind of maturing myself and understanding some of the processes that I've gone through. Some folks just like change. They like newness. They like, and I'm one of those people. For as stable as they categorize people like me, Virgos, to be, I like newness. I like reinventing myself. I like the art form of being able to learn different ways to or have different ways to define myself, and experience life and experience myself, and to not be stuck in the throes of one mindset, one way of living or doing things. But it's been a process for me, and the ability to change has called upon me to not just focus on things like how I view money or how I view education or how I view family. But definitely, I've had to change how I think about spirituality, how I frame religion, how I frame or think about race or gender, all of those things. And I was thinking to myself, but it requires a lot. It requires, first of all, the ability to want to change, to want to elevate yourself, to gain new knowledge, and then to be able to apply it in a way that is healthy for those that you encounter every day. And I think about how, in the midst of everything that goes on in the course of a day, if there's one behavior that I can look at in the course of a day and say, I may not have managed that very well today, and I would like to kind of figure out what I need to do to change that. And that could be how many Black and Milds I smoke. It could be how much wine I might drink. It could be conversations that I may have with family members. It could be any damn thing. Like, pick something, but each day I pick something and I try to create a nuance that says, everything may not have went well today, and if there was one thing that you could do to change how you experience life tomorrow, what would that be? And I don't know, it causes me to raise my vibration a lot. It causes me to think on higher levels. The ability to want to change causes me to reframe life altogether. how I see myself as I engage with other people, what I allow people to do to me, what I accept from other people. I've been accustomed to, in terms of my career, I've been somebody who really knows how to dig in and figure out, oh, what is it that I want to do next? And I had to start employing those same values upon my personal life, because I'm really good at transferring information from space to space, person to person. And that is on a professional realm. But I also had to figure out, as a human being, just in the art of living every day, how can I utilize that same type of thought process and energy to transform my personal life? And that resulted in me making some very difficult yet necessary changes as time progressed, as I began to evolve, or during my processes of evolution. Because it's never done. It's always a continuum, which I'm thankful for. So I don't know. I'm not gonna talk a whole bunch more. I want to encourage you guys to think about the benefit of change. Some folks expect us to still be doing the same things that we were doing 10 years ago today, in the same way and for the same reasons. And just I believe, and I've said it before, and I think another video of mine, but I've said it before and I say it to my grand queens, like, you should not be the same person at 20 that you are at 30, that you are at 40 and 50 and so on. There should be some level of change that you are allowing to impact and affect, positively impact and affect your life, so that you are not having the same conversations with yourself 20 years later, and you are not filled with regret and longing and unwanted and unrequited love and desires, and knowing that you have the capability each and every day that you get up to make a change, to do something different, should be a little bit inspiring, right? It should give you hope, if nothing else. Even if you don't have a blueprint, if you don't know how you're going to do it, excuse me, if you don't know how you're going to do it, at least you have the knowing and the mindset to say, but I do have the opportunity to do it when I'm ready to do it. So think about that, because change for me, like, it works very well with my soul. Um, I've probably lived many lifetimes, and I picked up a skill set from each one of those lifetimes that I lived. And it does me nothing but an honor to be able to say that I can be versatile and flexible and be motivated and inspired by the opportunity to change some facet of my life as I see fit, not force change, but as I see fit. So that's enough of that. Not gonna lecture nobody. I'm gonna, those of you who know me know, I usually offer some dialogue, and then allow the beautiful tarot cards to drive my message home. So, with that being said, with change on mind, I'm just gonna do what I do, which is flip these cards. This is the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt. I've seen a couple of people jump on and jump off. And like I said, you guys, like, if you watch my videos and you have comments and you have, observations or what have you, I am open and willing to listen and to learn. I don't profess to be all knowing. I'm just doing what I was called to do by spirit. Okay, so let's jump into this. So, oh, okay. Oh, see, what were we talking about? Change. And the first card that I pulled was the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a 10 card, a card of completion. And it's linked with Jupiter, which it reminds me almost of like Sagittarius. I think it is Sagittarius energy, Jupiter, Sag. I think so. But it's about freedom and exploration. And it's also about wealth and merriment. It's about higher education. The crocodile, I did have to read the book for this, but the croc here represents creativity. We said change. And then the monkey represents flexibility. What did I just say? And the Sphinx, of course, represents wisdom. Yeah. And I'm looking at the fact that there are 3 wheels here, and they're holding on, and I know you can't see it. I'm gonna try to bring it closer, but I know it may not focus the way it should. But I've been looking at these letters in the wheel card for forever and wondering what they meant, but they actually, if I'm not mistaken, spell tarot. You can't see it, but it's a T, A, it's a R, a O, and it's almost, I don't know. It could be tutorial, but I don't know, but it's something of that nature. But I love the will card because it always gives me this energy of vast expansion and hope and opportunity. And as you see, the croc is on one wheel while trying to maneuver being on another wheel. And even though the monkey is about flexibility, the crocs and the croc is about creativity, it seemed like the energies could be flipped sometimes. But I like the Wheel of Fortune. It is about completing cycles, and kind of restoring your energy so that you could vamp up for the next thing that is coming. And right on point with that. In line with that, we have the Tower card. And the Tower, this is a 7 card, and this is about, like I told you, I used to look at the Tower card and just think doom and gloom and destruction. But in this particular Tower card, and I appreciate Vanessa DeCourt for this. The Eye of Horus is at the top of it because it also, the tower is able to bring about clarity and shed light. You see its light rays coming from it, even from the smoke, the fire, which is burning away the things that we do not know and understand the darkness. But it's not black smoke that is creating, it's a light smoke. It's a light energy. It's the lightning is striking. It's almost like boom, this thing went off in your head that now you can kind of understand what you couldn't understand before. But this is about clarity, and it's about um, it's an energy of about how we use what we know, how we attain our goals, not so much that we do it, but how we attain them, and how we either attack or defend situations, people, how we cut off things, how we rid ourselves of things that may be plaguing us. And there's a pay symbol down at the bottom, PEI, pay, at the bottom, which symbolizes the mouth, like communication, being able to not just formulate ideas and see things clearly, but being able to clearly communicate them. Okay, and so I love the tower. I've learned to gather an appreciation for the tower because I'm no longer fearful of it when I see it in a tarot deck. But I used to be kind of, it used to be like kind of a foreboding energy, but not so much so. For me, it's about illumination and ridding yourself of old ways of doing things and realizing and recognizing that that newness can be restored from this, can be gained from this. And then I pulled the Seven of Cups, which is a debauchery card. And the Seven of Cups, oh my gosh, it kind of resonates with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune because it has a lot to do with, you see how that moon and the stars are illuminating the water, and the water is representative of fluid energy, but there are 7 cups down there. And I always look at cups as maybe like options and entanglement and things. But it is about destructive emotional habits, and it's Venus in Scorpio. It's about fantasies and illusions and just how you can kind of get caught up in your old way of thinking. But the tower being here kind of tells me that someone is looking for enlightenment. Someone is looking for the opportunity to shed new light on situations and circumstances so that they can complete some cycles and move on and move forward in their life. And just know the wheel is going to turn regardless. It's not is whether you want to or not, the wheel is definitely going to turn. Okay. And so let's see, I did this last week, and so I really liked it. I really liked it. I pulled 3 additional cards to kind of substantiate um, my first 3 cards. And I pulled the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Let's just put these babies down here. We're going to move these out of the way real quick. I pulled the 10 of Pentacles. I pulled the Queen of Swords and the nasty little Ace of Wands. Okay, all right, I'm feeling this. Okay, I'm feeling this. So let me put these here for a second. This is like temporary placeholders. So the Ten of Pentacles in relation to this Wheel of Fortune. Um, the Ten of Pentacles, like the wheel, is magical to me. The Ten of Pentacles represents um, a wholeness. Like your family is good, your coins is money, your money is good, your family is good. There's stability there. There's harmony there. There's a concrete knowing that you are good, and you see it's generational, right? Even the pets, everybody good, everybody is settled, everybody is, come on, motorcycles, it's 10 o'clock at night, for real. Everybody is settled, the energy is good. There's a lot of green around, a lot of peace, gold, a lot of calmness. So I love the Ten of Pentacles. This is like a wonderful Wheel of Fortune kind of spin-off card. And it means somebody is doing something right because you are able to keep your finances and your home happy and in order. And then the Queen of Swords was my spinoff for the Tower card. And the Queen of what did I say about the Tower card? I said it's about how you attack and attain your goals, how you cut people off, situations off, circumstances that no longer serve you. And the Queen of Swords, look at that, it's two birds, which I equate birds to messengers, and the butterfly there, which is about transformation. But the Queen of Swords is definitely about cutting out things that no longer serve you. You don't have time for no BS. As above, so below. You don't have time for situations that don't further your cause or support what it is that you are trying to do with your life. The Queen of Swords is very resolute. They know what they want. They know what they're willing to put up with, what they're willing to tolerate. And if you are not in that frame of mind dealing with a Queen of Swords, you might get a sharp tongue. You might get very direct language and communication. They have no cut cards about where they stand. When I say they sit on that throne knowing what's going on and they can see truth and clarity like nobody's business, which once again rings through with the Tower, but they are clear. They can look at a situation and sum it up without hesitation. They know exactly what they're hearing. They know who they're seeing. They know what needs to be done in order to deal with that situation. And more importantly, they are not afraid to do what's necessary to transform the situation. I love, aside from the Hierophant and the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords is also one of my favorite cards. And then I pulled the Ace of Wands, which is matching with the Seven of Cups. And the Ace of Wands has always been known to be like a sexual card. It's like someone wants to offer you something sexual, but I also look at it in this perspective of change as, that passion and that desire out there, just generating wildly and wanting something new and wanting something magical to occur. Yeah, it's an offer, and this could be an offer from the universe. I see the sun radiating, but I see the greenery too. And I see that someone is seeking something fruitful for themselves and is passionate about what it is that they want to go after. And I pulled just two cards now. I was shuffling because I added the cards for the Modern Witch Tarot, which you see in the backdrop. I added those kind of afterwards, after I pulled the first three cards, the Sun and Moon Tarot, the black cards. But when I was pulling them, these two came out as well, the Magician and the Devil. Yep. And so the Magician is also one of my favorite cards. Uh, I'm just going to point out that she has not one wand, but two. And like I just said, as above, so below. The Magician is a one card. And you see the infinity symbol above her head because she is somebody who can, what did I just say about change? She is somebody who is willing to use her resources, her knowledge, her wisdom to invoke change. She is somebody who is aware that she is fruitful. She has a coin sitting on her little crystallized, I don't want to say altar, but like, I don't want to call it an altar, but it's like her little plate that she has here with all of her alchemist tools. So she has another wand, even though she has one in her hand. She has another wand here, and that's the one that is for action and forward movement. And this one is as above, so below. You see, she has one hand up, one hand down. You also see that she has a sword, because, like the queen, like we saw in the Queen of Swords, she's ready to cut away things that no longer serve her. And she also has the cup. She has her cup, which is full. She has all the tools that she needs in order to move forward and invoke change. She is aware of all of the magic that is around her, and she is prepared to do what she needs to do in order for things to come to fruition. I love this card. She dope looking. And then there is the Devil card, which is a hell of a way to end this read. But I'm just gonna put this is a 6 card, week 6, 6 card, 10 and 5 is 15, 5 and 1 is 6. But the Devil card, as we know it, is often about being bound to vices. And he also, like the magician, as above, so below. But the Devil card for me in this instance, I'm going to say it is about understanding. And I think this above, I'm going to say, is the 5D, and this below, which has that fire on it, is the 3D, the here and the now, and this realm that we're existing in, some of us. But there is toxicity here. This is Capricorn energy, but there is toxicity here. There may be desires or bondage or some type of false promise that has been made. But in the accentuation of change, I'm going to say, for me, the Devil card is about ridding yourself of toxic beliefs, toxic habits, things that no longer serve you, things that don't perpetuate the life that you choose to live for yourself or for those around you. I'm gonna make this a positive end. And I used to look at the Devil card and also be kind of like, what in the hell? But I think, like we said, as above, so below. And if your thought processes and patterns are positive, then in the 5D realm, then you have the ability to manifest that equally so in the 3D realm. And but you gotta want change. Okay. So I hope as you move into this week, I'm just sounding off about the ability to use your powers, your presence, your knowledge, your experience, your gifts to create the change that you want to see. What do they say? How does it go? Be the change you want to see, right? So on that end, I will put my wand down, beautiful people. And, like I always say, some other people may look at these cards and read them differently, but we're not talking about them. We talking about me. And I hope you enjoy the read whenever you have the opportunity to get to it. I hope that you have a prosperous week full of excitement and change and transformation and prosperity. And as always, I send and wish you love, peace, light, and happiness. One.